Okay, let's do training mission number 2, basic navigation. So we are, let's put that slow, and some lights, and our pilots. So we are on a nice trip around Kunsan, and we just took off. Let's look at our flight plan, our video map. So we're right here. We're gonna fly like that and back to Kunsan. We can also see that on the HSD, the horizontal situation display. So here we have our flight plan. This is the active one, and we're gonna follow that. This is the Great Circle steering cue, the tadpole, and this is the flight pod marker. So if I put that one over that, we're flying to our steer point. There we go. So 22 seconds to go for steer 2. Seconds, so and 2. We can double up and down here, go to steer 3, zack, and we have to move to the right. So let's move to the right, towards steer 3. And actually steer 3 we have to climb to 20,000, so let's first establish a route. There we go. And now let's climb. The best way to climb is by speed, so we want to keep the 350 knots. Gotta put to mill and climb. And we'll try to set the angle of our climb by the speed, so if I'm trying to keep a constant 350 knots. Slowing down, so we're gonna remove our bits. Still climbing. Oh, that's good now. So if we want our steer points to be automatically changed, we can do it by going to Steerpoint and then double right. So it's auto now. So if we go back, this will change automatically if we come close. And we can also display the winds. Now we have wind display, and you see that this is quite to the right, so the wind's coming from the left, pushing us to the right. And we can change that if we put it to. So, Steerpoint has changed, and we're moving. It's so doing many things at once, difficult. Let's change to standard altimeter, which is 2, 9, and 9, and 2. A bit too high, let's descend. So now we're going to steer 4. Steer 4 is gonna be wolf. So that's that point here. And we can look at, if we go to steer 4, we see the coordinates here, and we will see that the coordinates aren't quite correct. So look at that. Oh. So coordinates 2, 5, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9, and 9 are 0. Okay, so we move and down. First north, 3, 5. 5, 7. 9, 0. 0, enter. East. First we did east. East. 1, 2, 7. And 5, 0, 0, 2, 9. 5, 0, 0, 2, 9. And enter. Okay. So it changed a bit. Alright, so let's move to steer 5. So we can engage the autopilot here. Let's do that. Autopilot is here. We got several options. Easiest option is attitude hold. So it's just flying at the same attitude. We could also do attitude hold, which is down here. So if we in a climb or a descent, we could do that. And these two are interesting. It's heading select or steering select. We wanna do steering select. So it's moving to our next steer point, which is steer 5. We could also put it to heading select, and then it's wants to go to the heading bug. We can change that here. So let's go heading bug. So heading select. Now it's moving towards. I'm not moving anything. It's all done by the plane. And here. Okay, and back to steering select. Good. Let's check our fuel. We got 3700. So fuel left. Interesting, but fuel of several things. First we have list and bingo. Bingo 1500, that should be enough. But we also have the CRUS page, which is here. That isn't that much, but we got here, this is fuel over home plate. So if we turn now towards our home plate, which is steer 1, we will have 3,500 pounds left if we get there. And this is also interesting, this is the endurance page. So if we continue like that, we will have 45 minutes, 54 minutes left till bingo. So it's got the playtime of 54 minutes now until bingo. Okay, let's put that back. And yes. So we've got our HSI. We got that little pointer here, the station bearing pointer that's pointing to our steer point, which is steer 5 now. Steer 5. We could also put that into TACAN. So now it's pointing to the selected TACAN station, which is 75X. This is Kunsan. So we see that Kunsan is at a bearing of 315 approximately. So if we turn there, we're gonna get to Kunsan. Also, we are 28 miles now. DME 28 miles from Kunsan. If we change that back to nav, we'll see steer 5, dead ahead, 24 miles. We also have here steer 5, 24 miles. It's 24 miles to steer 5, and it's 4 minutes to go there. So we can change that actually. Let's have a look. Steer. CRUS page, yes. So we see that we are quite ahead. No, we're back. So we should be the desired time over station is 1:45, and we're gonna be there. Our estimated time of arrival is 147. We would need a ground speed of 770 knots. Let's look at our ground speed, which is here. Now ground speed is 355. That won't help us, so let's put that back. No, here. So what we can do is we can put in a Rolex, so we go into time. Back. Go into time. Topper down, and we enter a Rolex, a delta. So we want to be on cruise. There we are. We're 2 minutes behind. We can also see that we can, if we mode select the time on station, we get the caret. So we're behind. We should be moving much faster, like 1400 knots now. We won't make that, but if we put in a Rolex, we say, okay, we're 2 minutes late. Let's delay the whole package 2 minutes. Time, topper down, 2 minutes, 0 seconds. Enter. Return. And now the caret's here. Okay. So this is much better because we can now be there on station on time. Good. What else? Oh yeah. We can also navigate to another TACAN. We have a TACAN here. That is 1 and 1 TACAN, and it's got 065 X-ray, so we can enter that. 65, enter. So now we have entered 65 X-ray. So if we now turn to nav, we see that 1 TACAN is 31 miles, heading 240. Okay, well then let's turn there, let's move there. Let's go to 1 TACAN. 1 TACAN. Almost at Steer 5. And the easiest way to do that is we're gonna move the heading back. Okay, Autopilot now going towards Steer 6. Nice. We're moving the heading back. There it is. There's the heading back to the station. So now, okay, and we put that to heading select. I'm not doing anything. It's all doing the plane by himself. So now it's adjusted a little bit. Okay, we got wind 22 knots from 343, so that's it's right from the right side, so we're gonna drift to the left. That doesn't matter. So another way to change so this is now basically, we don't, doesn't matter because we are following heading select. Another way to change the steer points is if we have the HSD on the right side, soy, we can move just the cursor, and I've got here a cursor. I can say team is up. Now it's steer 5. We can also select PPTs. So now I selected the PPT M19. That's PPT Steerpoint 57. Oh, we can move there. Julep is steer 60. So that's pretty neat. So, too fast. That's correct. You see, we have already drifted to the left due to wind. So maybe let's put it here. We're only 9 miles left now for the TACAN. So the HUD Symbology is not of much use now because that's all centered on the Steerpoints. It doesn't show us the TACAN information. So we are basically down to that little instrument, the HSI. In the new blocks, this switch is actually a button down here, the mode button. So fuel 330. Let's look at the cruise page. Fuel over home plate 2700. That's about 43 minutes until we go to Bingo, so we have plenty of fuel. Alright, so station, we are already over the TACAN. You see, it's now behind us. And the CDI needle just flipped. Okay. Good. So, let's turn back and descend. Just go back to the station. I'm gonna turn off the autopilot. Let's put it to drift. Oh, it's better. So here we got the drift, so we see that the drifting to the left. If I put that into drift correction, it's much easier to steer. But it's important to put that back into norm when we're landing, because otherwise it wouldn't be good. So let's turn back towards our that's not good. Here, good. Let's turn back roughly east. So now if I want to do some cockpit stuff, I can put that into attitude hold. It's just gonna fly straight ahead. If nothing is in the roll side, nothing is selected, it's gonna just straight ahead. And we're gonna put that into steer 7 and oh, plus. Another way to select the steer point is going steer point and then entering the number like 5, and it's now steer 5. We can just plus. So let's move that back to nav. So we see we are on a bearing of 015, 34 miles for steer 7. This is the CRUS deviation indicator. So if we are way south of our CRUS words, we'll see here as well. Just a bearing. 336. Yeah, that's actually true. So, let's turn off the autopilot. Let's try to intercept that. Let's turn back to course. It's 060 360 due north. And there's the point. So, flight path marker is on the tadpole, and here the diamond, that's our actual steer point on the ground. Okay, so we should be steer 7, we should be at 2,500. Let's descend, throttle idle. Let's down a bit. Don't want overspeed. Okay, let's ask approach for the Q&H, request Q&H.
Goblin 2-1, Kunsan approach, QH2, 984.
84. Okay, there it is.
Altitude. Altitude.
Miles to go. Down a little bit more to meet 2,500 feet. Okay. So there we are, 2,500 feet, and we have, there's our runway. Good. Alright. Basic navigation. Check.